Hey.
Hey, you already know, man. Listen, I'm dealing with a little bit of a lag over here. How we looking over here?
A little bit.
A little bit. All right, we'll
A
see. We'll
little
see how it
bit.
goes, man.
Yeah, you gonna do
I'm
that?
saying this is what happened. Yeah. I'm gonna let you hold it down. I'll be right back.
All right. Let's go, man. I got my guy. My guy gotta, get his setup right. This is our first live though, man. This is our first live. We are all about this you all day, every day. First live. We're gonna talk about some things, man. We're gonna talk about this portal. We're gonna talk about head coach Ed Reed. Kane's legend. We're gonna talk about Ed Reed, man. We're gonna talk about Komani. We're gonna talk about money. Rocking that Miami gear at the UA All American. Some people think it's a troll, but we're gonna discuss that, man, and we're gonna talk about some transfer portal things. So yeah, we'll be right back with it. Sit tight, baby.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast.
I'm hurt, dog.
Ben and Joe break down all things Miami Hurricanes football.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Hell no.
From hot topics to pre- and post-game analysis.
Joaquin said dominate, and we not doing it.
You heard.
I put my heart in this, dog.
Yeah. I know y'all love that intro, too. We've been getting a lot of feedback about that intro. I know y'all love it. It gets me hyped every single time. All right, so if you're just joining us, man, my guy Benny's having some technical difficulties. He's going out. He'll be right back in. This is our first live ever. I've been wanting to go live, but Ben hit me like, yo, it's a lot going on. We need to go live, blah, 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 blah. So we going live, man. So please subscribe, hit the like button, hit that notification button, and comment, please. We welcome all comments, man. Good, bad, or indifferent. We love the comments, man, because it's all about the you. We can chop it up. We can talk. We can criticize. We can show love. We can want people gone. We can want people to stay. We have that right. But at the end of the day, don't be disrespectful. And it's all about that all day. So, man, we're gonna talk about today Ed Reed. Ed Reed to Bethune. How we feeling about that? If people didn't know, Ed Reed was coaching for the Bills. Ed Reed was a coach. I believe he was a safeties coach. I don't know if he was a DB's coach. I think he was just the safeties coach. But, I think he's pretty much made it known that he wants to coach. That's the career path he wants. He wants to do that. He wants to teach these young men, about football, and he wants to build programs, man. So he's getting his opportunity, and I know me personally, I couldn't be more happy for that man. You know what I mean? Ben back in here.
Yo, man, salute, man. Hey, listen.
How you feeling? You feel better?
Hey, fam, that was stressful. I need a little drink, you know what I'm saying? I have to go
Oh, we on all day.
Hey, man, you already know me.
Yeah, man. Toast
hey,
it
man,
up.
Listen. Yeah, man. Appreciate you holding it down, man. All right, man, let's kick off this. Did you already hit the intro, or we about to do it right now?
Yeah, we did the intro, man. We hit the intro. You know what I mean?
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, we could do it again because I know you get hyped off of it. I know that Son, may get you ready.
Man, you already. Let's run it back, man. Let's
hit that.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast.
I'm hurt, dog.
Ben and Joe break down all things Miami Hurricanes football.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Hell no.
From hot topics to pre- and post-game analysis.
Joaquin said dominate, and we not doing it.
You heard.
I put my heart in this, dog.
Hey, man. Thank you guys so much. We got 6 people in here, man. Our first ever live. I live out in the country, out in the woods, man. So I got to deal with some sketchy internet at times, man. So we're trying to do this thing, man. All right, man. So what we talking about? We talking about Reed?
Yeah, man. We jumping into Ed Reed. I was explaining that, a lot of people don't know he was coaching already. He was coaching for the Bills.
Yeah.
He coached the safeties, man, and he's made it clear that he wants to coach. That's his goal. Yeah. That's his passion. He wants to coach. So, in my opinion, this is a great move for him.
Were you surprised? That he wasn't given an on-field position here at Miami?
I wasn't, but I don't know how that conversation went. I don't know if if he wanted to do that here, I don't know. I don't know how that went down. So, no, I wasn't surprised. No.
I think so. What I wanted to ask you, you know how we always talk about it, right? For y'all who have been listening to the show, watching, we always like to ask each other questions right on the show. Do you think this is a sign of things to come about the staff starting to change over? You know what I mean? Because there's always a little bit of a surprise, right? Like in the transfers, there was Darryl Jackson, right? There's that like one thing that like sparks it, like, oh, people are about to move. So with Ed Reed leaving, right, for whatever reason, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm proud of him, man. Like, greatest safety of all time, unquestionable, no doubt.
Yes,
don't bring nobody else into this conversation. So I'm
Yes,
saying
sir.
Sean, you know what I'm saying? Sean Taylor was on About to Ascend, rest in peace. But I think this was the beginning. Like, Mario moves so slowly and so methodically, right? Like, I think this was that first little move. I was like, all right, let's dip the toes in. He probably had a conversation with Bethune-Cookman. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know what I'm saying, talk to him, had that conversation, and then they move on from him in a respectful way because he wants to be a coach. He coached with the Bills.
Facts.
I mean, look, man, secondary, there's a story that Peyton Manning always tells about Ed Reed that he studied him so well that he faked him on a play when he's like, oh, you thought I was going to go this way, but I'm about to flip you on this one. So I think this is the first domino or the first chess piece to move to begin slowly turning over the staff. But hey, man, couldn't be happier for Ed Reed. He deserves it. You know what I mean? So what do you think about my question, man?
He definitely does, man. And yeah, I can see that. Changes usually start to happen after the signing days. So we got the early signing day out the way. Then you got the signing day in February. I don't think in February we're expecting anyone, else for real. Like mind-shattering. Komani can sign in February, right? Yeah, he can. So he's the only one, we're waiting on. So yeah, I think definitely there's gonna be some, in my opinion, there's gonna be some changes happening after this joint. So yeah, man. It looks like my guy is frozen again. Let me make sure he knows. Yeah, I think my guy's frozen again, man. You know what I mean? He's, like he said, he in the country dealing with that sketchiness. He has acres, but they couldn't establish the good internet connection. So again, we're gonna thank you guys, man, for jumping on. I see it looks like there's 6 people on, man. We appreciate you guys taking time out to watch. If you can, please hit the like button, subscribe, comment, and we will jump. We're waiting for Ben, man. Ben gotta restart his computer. We'll jump into the 2023 expectations. And this is not a win or lose, a record expectation, because we're not doing that. I don't think, I know I'm not doing that. For the past few years, we've all been caught up in, we're going to win 8, we're going to win 9 because of this, and that. I'm not trying to get caught up in that. I've been telling my guy, Ben, for the longest, I'm not getting gassed anymore. I'm not doing it. So the expectations, so we're talking about, what do we think we're going to finish the class with? Who do you think we're going to finish the class with in 2023? Obviously, Carmani is the main one, right? Everybody saw today, or most of you guys saw today, that he was rocking the U gear. He was rocking the gear at the Under Armour game practice. Some people think it's a troll. I saw on Twitter that it's a troll. Right. I'm looking at the comments. Hustle Harder 7619. I appreciate you. He said no troll. He too tight with DVD for that. There's some grown. Let me put it up here. Yeah, there's some grown men being weird on Twitter, but butthurt, shaking my head. I agree, man. I don't think it's a troll. Like, it doesn't seem like that young man, his mom's, and like you mentioned, hustle harder with the relationship he has with the staff, man, especially with DVD and Coach Cristobal, that he would do that. I don't think he's on no disrespectful stuff like that, man. So yeah, I think he's all good. I appreciate you guys being there. Hey, QB, appreciate you, brother. John Kennedy, we appreciate you, man. We love that intro, man. Ben did a great job with that intro. Joaquin said dominating. We not doing it for real. We need a bunch of that in the locker room. All about that you. That's right, Hurricane Jason. Dead right. All about that you. Yep, but yeah, the expectations. So Carmani's obviously won. Think we need some D tackles, man. I think we need some tackles. I'm not really comfortable with the tackle room right now. We have JHH is still here. Jared Harrison Hunt. He hasn't left. We have Leonard Taylor. Leonard Taylor's still here. We have Moten waiting in the wings. You know what I mean? I've been hearing, great things about the young Moten, so hopefully he can pan out and grow, get stronger, get faster, just, more experience, and he can be a main contributor. Who else? We have Liechtenstein. He's still here for his sixth, seventh year. I think he could be a solid contributor as well. He showed flashes, definitely. All right, so my guy Benny, man, his internet went down. Like his whole joint is off. So, we rocking. Please get a chance, like, subscribe, man, comment, and let's see what we got, man. Mesidor still here, yeah. Kennedy Mesidor is still here. You know what I mean? So he'll definitely be a contributor. Then out. What up, man?
Hey, man, listen, this is wild, fam. Hey, look, thank you again. I don't know when my internet is gonna drop off again, but thank you to all 7 of y'all that have stuck with this, man. Joe, you holding it down, man, my brother. I appreciate you, man. All right, where we at? Where we at, fam?
Yeah, we talking about the what we expect for 2023 as far as who's going to be in the class, who could come through. I was talking about the D tackles. How I'm not comfortable with what the D tackles are looking like currently. I said we got a lot. I think a lot of people forget about Jared Harrison Hunt because he wasn't like a main. I feel like he was hurt some last year, but he played and he showed flashes. Liechtenstein is still here.
Ahmad Moten. We always forget about him. We always we talk about oh man, but you got to remember Moten. Like you said, you're hearing good things. That's for me. I was just thinking size. You know what I mean? If he just gives you reps, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't know what he's building to, where his body's at right now. I haven't seen him. I don't think he's very active on social media. If you guys that are watching follow him on anything, let us know if he is, because I don't see him on anything. He just putting in that work.
Love
I think we
man.
need probably. I think we need one or two more in the portal, just depth guys. They're a little older. You know what I mean?
So you see, we got Keyshawn Silver from North Carolina in the portal, man. That man is a problem. Like I remember him in high school. He's about 6'5", 315.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, Joe stays out in Carolina, man. So he got that Carolina high school game on lock. Man.
I remember watching him in high school. You know what I mean? So, and I saw him at a few camps because he's a year younger than my son, and he was out there camping with my son, you know, and yeah, he's a problem. So if that, you know, if we can swing that, and I know the staff is on him, you know, I know
everybody,
that. So, yeah,
everybody
and
leaving
we got,
UNC, everybody leaving UNC like everybody leaving Texas A&M. That NIL must be trash, fam. Straight trash. Straight trash.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we missed out on the Texas A&M kid. I thought he was going to be here, you know, but you know, whatever. Thomas Gore, the cat from Georgia State. You know, I think he'll be a good rotational piece. Yeah. I think he'll be a good rotational piece, man. I know he's gonna work, and I think he'll be a good piece. So yeah, D tackle, man, and wide receivers.
Dante Thornton.
I don't. Yeah, Thornton.
Right? Yeah.
And who else? Like, I don't know.
Like, we gotta. I think after the second signing day and after spring, there's gonna be more kids available. More young men available because these are, you know what I'm saying, 22, 23-year-old kids. Because you have them like, look, we picked up Kobe Young late. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Kobe Young's the second coming of KJ Osborne or something, but you know what I'm saying? Like the conversation could be had. He might improve, take a couple steps forward, depending on who the OC is. You know what I'm saying? That's a question that we need to have after the fact. Like we've already had it multiple times, right? Like trying to figure out like who's coming and who's not. Who's leaving what staff? We'll have that conversation when it happens, and when it does, you'll see the graphic up, man. But my expectations are not to be outrageous. You get what I'm saying? Like not to get ahead of ourselves, man. Like I see, shout out to Groove, man. I know he watches. I see Groove saying like, "Oh, Duke can win after one season with a new coach." I was like, he's the X's and O's guy. Like I don't think we realize how different we were and what we have to build. Like I go back to this past year, right? Like the Florida State game when we got blown out. That first drive, if Miami doesn't get that pass interference, it might be a different game. But like they hit that one speed bump. I'm not saying we win, right? Like I'm not crazy. We hit that one speed bump, and all of a sudden the wheels just fall off. Yeah. Right? Like that's the things that like the intangible stuff is what has to be changed. Right, like we have the talent, we have the forces and the 5 stars, but like the overall mentality has to be changed, and that takes a while. So we can't think that these freshmen are going to come in here and just ball out, and everybody's going to turn. You know what I'm saying? We have to realize there's going to be some growing pains still, but I expect them to respond better to adversity. Those are my expectations for 2023.
I didn't even go into any team expectations because I don't.
Right.
I mentioned before you got on, I don't even want to get.
Yeah, don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
I'm not even, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I ain't saying we're going to win 8, 9, 10. I don't know.
No predictions. No predictions here.
I have no clue. You know what I mean?
No.
And I'm not setting myself up for that again. You know what I mean? So,
like I told you last show, right? I was like, why are we going to set expectations and set like predictions of what we think is going to happen, and then they don't do it, and then we get mad at something we made up. Like I told you, y'all should have won 10 games, and they did, and then we mad about something we said. It don't make no sense.
Yeah.
All right, man.
So we can get into that portal. We can get into that portal conversation. I was waiting for you for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Look, shout out to Flo, man. We're gonna be on your show soon. Might have to be Joe more than me, because you know what I'm saying, my internet is up and down unless I'm at a hotel for work. But he was having a really good conversation yesterday by himself with his subscribers, right, about the portal. And he was saying that we need to change our perspective and our view of what the portal is, right? Instead of looking at you know what I'm saying, it was an hour show, like to consolidate into like one thing is like he was saying that like the portal can be used to turn the team around, but you have to hit at the same percentage that you hit with recruiting a la Florida State. Right, but the example he gave was, I don't completely agree with, right? To not to push back, because like people, you know how the internet is, like, you heard Pod got beef with Miami Flow. Nah, man, ain't nothing like that. It's just never that. That's family, man. Yep. But what I'm saying is, if you can't solely depend on the portal like Florida State is doing, and just be trash in recruiting. You can't do that. The example that I was thinking about was like, I'm gonna tell Joe on the show, our own head coach before Cristobal solely relied on the portal, right? Didn't recruit to the level. That's why we have the situation we have now. Shout out to Jalen Phillips, Quincy Roche. He got some guys in the portal, man. I'm not taking that away from him. Charleston Rambo. I think he got KJ Osborne his first year. You know what I'm saying? Like, or that was Rick Seck last year. I'm not sure, but he got some guys. But then I was thinking about this, and you could tell me better, man. You know the roster straight up and down. After Jalen Phillips, who do we have?
Portal people or just
the depth? Who's the next guy? Could you? That is he still on the team?
So you had Jalen Phillips, you had Quincy Roche.
Yeah, on the ends. Who was their number twos?
You had Elijah Roberts. You had Yeah,
exactly. See what I'm saying? And you know this squad up and down better than most people, right? Like you can't think. So those are the two guys had nothing, no young guys behind them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you had O-line. That's what it is. We're not going to get into that because we don't disrespect anybody here on this show. Not nobody that wears that green and orange. You know what I'm saying? There was no you can't just focus on the portal. Like you can't think of the portal being the savior, because the portal can be like an addendum, like an additional part you could have. Like, oh damn, we missed on this young guy. He got hurt and he's gonna be gone for 8 months. We need somebody, you know what I'm saying? We need somebody in the portal to get him in. The portal guys can't be your best players. To me, the portal guys can be the best players in a moment, you know what I'm saying, for a season, but they can't be the ones that like turn your culture around, because they're in the portal for whatever amount of reasons, right? Be it NIL, be it issues with previous staffs, whatever. I'm saying, like, there's so many reasons. The core of
so it's a combination of high school and portal guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely Anthony, I agree. The portal should be a fill in the gap thing. Correct. But if you could hit occasionally on the cat that got 3 years left and he was a 5-star, and the quarterback, or because if you're saying somebody like Caleb Williams, you know what I mean? Yeah. He in the portal. He's a freshman, basically, or sophomore. He's gonna come to your program and turn your program around. He's gonna be a program changer,
right?
But like a Sam Hartman. Sam Hartman only has 1 year. He's coming to get busy for 1 year and leave. So you have to have some depth behind him to mold and step into that role once he leaves.
Facts. But I think with the portal, and I think, look, with Flo, he's having the conversation by himself, so it's difficult. And he's like reacting to the comments. I think it has to be tiers of portals, right? Like Javion Cohen, free agent, right? Like that's a free agent. Other players, again, that are on the team, don't want to say them. Some guys are just guys in depth and role players. And you need those guys. So the thing that I wanted to ask you, we were talking about earlier on the phone. I was like, what is considered a hit? Right? Like that's the line that Flo kept saying, is like, is a hit a Darryl Jackson? Yes, of course, because he showed up and showed out. But is Jacob Lichtenstein a hit because he gave those guys breath to come back in and dominate? Like that can't also be discounted, right? Like I'm not saying, like, not every guy is graded the same, and we don't know how these coaches are looking at him. So my question to him, and when we get on the show, will be like, what exactly is considered a hit? Like, is every guy got to be like an Alabama super standout, and that's what we get? Like, and we fighting 130 other teams. Like, they got money too. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the transfer portal is really NIL related, right? Like, it's not like, oh, I want to go to a new situation. Like, you want to secure the bag, which I congratulate every single person to do that.
Sure.
But that's the hit. Like what like for you, like you personally, like what do you consider a hit on a player?
So we have to define a hit. So a hit would be a Jalen Phillips, would be a Charleston Rambo. You know what I mean? Even
KJ
to
Osborne.
me, a Quincy Roche. You know what I mean? He got busy. KJ Osborne. You know what I mean? Those are hits. But how do we know what's a hit until we know when it's a hit? You know what I mean? We don't know.
Yeah.
We could sit here and say Javion Cohen is a hit. We can say that, but we don't know. You know what I mean? So it's perceived to be a hit. It should be a hit. He's coming in to start and make an impact. So with the tiers you're talking about, you have those guys, right? The Javion Cohen, we know we're bringing him in to hit. We're bringing him in to start along the O-line. That's the expectation, right? But, we're not slighting anybody. Thomas Gore, are we bringing him in to start, or is he going to be a nice rotational piece? You know what I mean?
And is that considered a hit?
Piece. Right. And I think you can consider that a hit because especially along the D-line, you need depth. You got to this team's that's 10 deep along the D-line. You know what I mean? At least 8 deep. You got to be at least 8 deep. And then, you rotating a lot along the D-line. You know what I mean? Everybody not getting the amount of snaps that, some people, Mesidor or whatever, had to play along the D-line is too much to me. Along the D-line, you have to be able to rotate. You have to be able to keep bodies fresh. So, that can be considered a hit. You got a top D lineman from FCS coming in. I think you can consider that a hit. Even though he's 6'1", 6 foot 270, you can consider that a hit to me.
You know what's crazy? I was listening to Andrew Ivins. I know that he's kind of.
Damn, I forgot to listen to that. Yes.
Yeah. So he was talking about how. Oh, I forgot. I don't know if it was Andrew Ivins or Manny Navarro because I listened to all this shit and I'm saying consume that Thomas Gore was the #1 rated defensive tackle, pro Football Focus. The dude that Florida State got was the #1 on 24/7 or whatever.
Right.
It was like it's so subjective. It was like to get even a #1 or 2 that's viewed that way is that already viewed as a hit? And then like if you're looking at that, it was like if he comes in here and doesn't dominate, are we gonna immediately, for lack of a better way, shit on him? And be like, oh man, Pro Football Focus said you were supposed to be something. Like we don't like Georgia State is very different than Miami, man. Like the expectations here, the coaching here is gonna be different. Given that we saw a issue with coaching or a lack of in this past year. You know what I'm saying? But like we don't know how these new kids are gonna react. John, I'm with you on this right here, man. Javion Cohen, Popo. We're going Popo, man. Popo serious. Bain. I think Bain is a starter. To me, Bain has nothing to do with the top. Bain is a starter day one. I think he rolls in and out. I love to see him next to LT. A couple snaps just because of them long ass arms out there. But yeah, man. Like the conversation was like, what's considered a hit, right? Like, because to me, a complete miss is a guy that never gets no burn. That just never plays. It takes up a scholarship and a roster spot that could have been used for another guy. Like those are the guys. And there's guys that are currently on this roster that are misses, right? Like not saying any names because I'm saying that's not what we do, but there are guys that came here that they were expected because they had years of experience to do better than they did. But you don't know how do you know Jalen Phillips was going to be a hit? The dude retired.
Are you talking about transfer? Are you talking about transfer or high school kids?
Transfers. I'm talking about transfers.
So, all right. So in my mind, a hit is so the coaches have expectations. Every transfer portal guy, the coaches know what they want from that guy. You know what I mean? I'm bringing you in here for this. A hit is when that person does that and exceeds that. to me. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
With
So yeah, that's a hit to me. If I brought you in, you know, to start at right tackle. The spring starts, the summer starts, you know, we lifting, we practicing. I see that you're probably not gonna be able to get that done. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's not a hit. You've
Yeah.
missed. You've
Yeah.
missed on
Yeah.
that, you know. But you know, they're we won't see the fans, us, until summer,
The
till
season.
the season
Yeah.
starts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
Spring
depth chart.
ball don't really mean nothing for me.
Nothing.
Like
Nothing.
spring ball means nothing to me, for real. Keep that
Spring
in
ball
mind.
is just for us to get excited about any
What's
possible
coming?
incoming. That's
Yeah.
it. Like that.
Yeah.
That's basically it, right? Like, and for us to get, because every spring it happens, like we're telling each other right now, December 28th, like now we're gonna be real calm, and then we see a couple deep passes that hit, like oh shit, we about to win. You know what I'm saying? Like it happens.
Yeah.
You see it all the time. I'm saying like
Yeah.
we're here to make sure we stay even keel and level. Like
Oh,
let's
yeah.
remember what it is and what it's gonna be. But like you see those fans like, oh, we hit an 80-yard pass in practice. We should do that in a game when they're set up for it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a little different, man. We got to give each other time, man. Let's see what Anthony got to say over here. I think Kobe Young was brought in to be by the numbers guy, but he seemed to exceed expectations. May turn out to be a hit. I mean, yeah, like we talked about it on the last show. He's got to run better, more than just go routes. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think Kobe Young was brought in to be that guy. I think he's exceeded expectations because nobody expected him to be that guy. I think he was brought in as a depth piece, a big receiver piece, you know, a red zone presence, somebody who can get you a 50-50 ball. I think he was brought in for that. And he did do that, and he exceeded that. Now, right, for me, for him to be a hit, to me, I'm going to keep it a buck. To me, he's already hit because his expectations were what he did. Now he can exceed by turning into a complete receiver. He can exceed by going to see my guy Steve-O and learning how to run them routes. You know what I mean? How to get off the jam. You know what I mean? How to run a slant out. Yeah. Shout out to my guy. See, he could exceed by getting them quick feet. You know. So yeah, I think in my opinion, Kobe Young is already a hit because he did what he was expected to do. To me,
I would say like with Kobe, probably because you see him, he's so big, right? In comparison to the other receivers, like there's that thing. It's like, oh, maybe he needs to lose a little bit of weight to get a little faster on his feet. You know what I'm saying? He's got a full, because he was injured last year, didn't have the offseason training program, came in late. That's why he had such a late start to the season. Had an injury, had a second injury. So let's see how he does with the whole offseason program, see what his body looks like. Because that was one thing, John, I'll get to your comment in a second. That was one thing that's bothered me the last, man, I don't know how long. And you could tell me if I'm wrong, right? Like I didn't see much body improvement of players, right? Like not to throw any shade, but like a Mike Harley came in as a freshman, to me leaving as a senior,
physical.
Physical.
You talking about physical? Okay.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like he left looking almost the same way that he came in from St. I remember seeing him at St. Thomas. His body didn't look much different, right? Like I don't know, and look, that's through a bunch of strength and training programs and all these different things. Like I want to see the bodies change a little bit, like tighten. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously, like look, not everybody's gonna be jacked up. That's not how everybody's body's supposed to be. But like I don't want them to look as a fifth-year senior or a fourth-year senior as a junior to look the same way they look coming in. Like
there's some people who just like I don't doubt that Mike Harley was one of the hardest workers,
no doubt,
on the team, in the weight room and on the field. But there's some people, like think about Snoop, right? Snoop Dogg, the rapper. That man been the same body type since Doggy Style. So, you know what I mean?
I'm with you on that, and I understand. But what I'm saying is, not everybody is Snoop. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Not everybody's Snoop, right? But you got
all 85 players aren't Snoop. Like there's gonna be some players as soon as they retire get mad skinny, and there's other players as soon as they're done blow up in weight, right? Like everybody's
It's
different,
gonna be different.
but like everybody can't be Snoop.
There's
You know
some people who chant like
Who?
Zion. You know what I mean?
One. Okay. All right. Again.
Nah, there's people, son. Zion, Blades. Blades was looking. Blades was
looking yoked
you know
up.
What I mean? I remember seeing before he left Avery. I don't want to talk about people who left already.
Yeah. We don't want to.
But
we just hope they land somewhere, man. Continue your college education.
Yeah, I gotta look and see. I wasn't really paying attention to that, but I understand what you're saying. Definitely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Definitely.
All right. John says, if and when Cormani commits, this class is A+. To me,
I think it's an A right now, son.
I think it's an A. I think it's A+ to me.
I think it's an A right now. Yeah, I if Cormani commit, I can push it over the top, but I think it's a solid A right now. Yes.
To me, why it's an A+, and we talked about it, right? Because like imagine when you were in school, right? You got to pull like you got to pull an A+ to switch the momentum of your school year, right?
Mm-hmm.
The season was a solid F, right?
Sure.
Like an F. An A only
Super
brings
F.
you up to it.
Yes.
Super F, like a hard F, just bold with like circled. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
0, like F0, like you forgot to put your name in.
Facts.
Yeah, all that. It was terrible, wacky, just trash. What they did and flipped it in recruiting is already an A+ to me. With a Cormani, if that shout out to him wearing all orange, repping the Canes at the Under Armour game. If they get Cormani still after this hesitancy, whatever it is, we don't know. Everybody's just speculating. Everybody's saying, "Oh, we'll talk about it after." Right now, nobody really knows. Nobody wants to talk about it, and so we're not going to get into whatever it might be. Cormani signs. I'm gonna need you to talk me off. Going crazy, because that'll be a shock to me. Because I'm so dog, I'm hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like I go back to that I lived that Ed Reed quote, man. I would be hurt. Like I'm so used to not getting a player like him.
That guy,
that guy, and to get 3 of him, and Sampson, Francis, and him in one recruiting cycle, mentally I'm like, all right, man, like y'all not gonna do this to me again. Like we gonna
so
keep
talk
it.
about that. Why do you think? Why would it be a troll? Why would he troll? Like I agree with Hustle. I don't think it's a troll, but in your opinion, that's kind of the talk. Why would he troll that hard? What's the reason?
I don't think he's like the few interviews that he's done and conversations that he's had. I don't think he is that kind of person, right? Like, I think for a lot of people, they're gonna view it that way because Andrew Ivins was like, "Oh, he's going to Florida." You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was saying he was going to Florida. He never visited Florida. The only visit he had was us, him and DVD. He talked up DVD the whole time. I don't think DVD is a person or a coach that you would disrespect in that way. You know what I'm saying? Like because like we could take it however we want to take it. We ain't nobody to come on and claim. We gonna show up on Saturdays and root. You know what I'm saying? If he commits to us and signs to us and wish him the best, but to us we don't matter. His relationship was with DVD, so I don't think if he's trolling DVD, and that's a whole different kind of worms. That opens up a different conversation. So if he's trolling, it don't matter what we think. You know what I'm saying? We host a podcast, like he don't know us and we don't know him. Like DVD and him got a relationship. So that's a whole different thing. So I don't think
that's what I was saying. I just don't he doesn't seem like that. Usually we can see a troll, right? There's a reason why there would be a troll. Like him and DVD, mad cool. Him and Coach Cristobal, mad cool. Mm-hmm. Like, but and it just doesn't seem like he would be that guy to troll like that.
Yeah, he just doesn't. He doesn't seem like that character of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, never messed around. Never, you know what I'm saying? Knew what he wanted. Let's see what Hurricane Jason talk about. These young men are trained to be college ready. When they get to college, they are ready to take positions. Not much development to work as others. So that's a good point, Jay. You know what I'm saying? Like I think like we talked about it on our last episode, recapping signing day. I think my goal starts Mowing goal is how he wants to say it. I think Francis starts day one. Like I think he comes in and takes a spot, man. I think that's why he's not playing in the Under Armour game to come in healthy and ready for spring, get his body right, and just I think he's taking this. And we can't discount the fact that his older brother is also there. Like I don't know if you got older brothers or you're the oldest. Like older brothers hold you accountable, fam. Like older brothers do not play that shit, man. So
Yeah.
that's a huge thing with him.
Yeah.
What you think about my goal starting day one?
Yeah. I've said that. I think he'll start inside day one.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll be our left guard, in my opinion. Day one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you got him next to Zion, right? I kind of want to just do the whole thing with just start Samson on the left. Start, you know what I'm saying? Samson and Francis.
Just get him ready. Let's go.
Just get him ready.
But I think Zion, now we have the spring, right? So after the spring, Zion could be gone. You know what I mean? Who knows?
Yeah. Yes.
But for right now, I think Zion came back for a reason. You know what I mean? Why would he stay? You know what I mean? He can go
if he sees what's coming.
He can go to most other schools and start somewhere on the line. You know, so why would he stay? I think Zion, Francis, center, I don't know. Sketchy. I don't know who's going to start at center. I'm hearing there may be somebody out the portal that's coming.
Yeah, they got to go portal.
Can't go into that. Right guard, Inez Cooper and Javion Cohen at right tackle, man. I think that'll be it.
You wouldn't want to put Inez at right tackle and Cohen right guard because isn't right guard his original position?
Yeah, he played guard, but I think he wants to play tackle. I think that's why he left. Yeah, I think that's why he left. You know what I mean? So, I think Jalen Rivers could play right tackle,
center,
in my opinion. You know what I mean? But I think he could play center too. But I think Javion Cohen could play center too. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be, they're gonna cross train. Everybody's gonna be able to play every position. If you're a guard, though, I think most the guards are going to be able to play either guard position. I think Francis is going to be able to play a guard or a tackle. Inez Cooper too, and there's a Matthew McCoy. I was hearing good things about him before the season, and he's a big cat. That cat is huge, man. Forget about that cat.
I think we forget about last season, like how Mario finished, right? Like how we have to remind ourselves of an Ahmad Moten that he picked up that was solid. Matthew McCoy, Inez Cooper picked up that was a huge pickup late. You know what I'm saying? He lost the body weight that he needed to. I think we're a little bit more solid at O-line than we think we are. But the thing is, we're young. Like that's the difference, right? Like we're younger than we should be because we don't have the depth that we should have had. So that's kind of where the issue is, like where the potential of this offensive line can be really good, but it just has to get, you know what I'm saying? It has to get experience.
Yeah. Matthew McCoy is 6'6", 285 coming in. You know what I mean? So he got to be three and change right now a little bit. And Inez Cooper 6'6", 350 coming in. So
who played center at IMG is Antonio Tripp.
He did. Yup.
So that could be again freshman center. That'd be huge, man. I'm a huge fan of Antonio Tripp. You know what I'm saying? Him and his mom were super active on social media. That she was the Canes #1 mom. So we'll see what goes on with that, man. All right, let's get into this last segment with this fan questions.
So what's good, fam? What is your positional group you think that is the key for the 2023 Hurricanes? I think it's their offensive line. We were decimated with injuries, and it showed. Love your show, man. Keep up the great work.
Yo, man,
All
shout out to
right,
Panhandle Kane.
appreciate that, man. Who was that?
Yeah, shout out. That's Panhandle Kane, man. He checks out the show, man.
Panhandle
He's
Kane,
overseas,
man.
right?
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man. He's overseas right now, man. Keeping us safe, man. Salute to you, my brother. We missed each other by a year in Hawaii. We were chatting it up in the DMs, man. So shout out to him. He's 100% right, man. Offensive line is our biggest. We were just hitting that our biggest position of need. But to not answer that question and give a different perspective, I think linebacker. I will put linebacker as our big position to improve. We just too many times got caught up in the wash on counters or dives or wide receiver screens. There was never that linebacker moment where he just jumped out of the snap and was in the backfield before the play even occurred. Like, I'm used to that kind of linebacker play. I was spoiled seeing what I saw growing up, and I tried to remember that was over 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? With some influx here and there, with like a Shaq Quarterman, Michael Pinkney, you know what I'm saying? The Michael Pinkney sprinkled in there, Colin McCarthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had those caliber kids, but now I think for me, that's my biggest position that needs to improve. And I think we're gonna go young there with Wesley and Francisco leading that room. No disrespect to Mr. Corey Flagman, has given some hard fought years and been through some shit and caught a lot of flack from us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't imagine how hard it is to be you in that position, my guy. So salute to you, man. But I think there's younger and more talented players now, and this is just a business now, fam. That's just all it is.
Yeah, I agree, man. O-line goes without saying. You know, O-line and D-line, the trenches, period.
Yep.
But for me, if we're talking about other than that, I think corner. I think corner is important, man. We've yet to have that corner that takes away one side of the field.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If I'm thinking back, man, I think solid, you know, we had Mike Jack. Mike Jack was solid at corner.
Yep.
One of my guys was what's the kid from Tennessee? Corn Elder. That was my guy.
Oh,
corner, man. I
Corn
like
Elder.
Corn. Yeah,
I like
Corn.
Corn.
He was solid, man, at corner.
Tough corner.
Yeah,
just
he was
fighter
solid.
at corner. Corn Elder. This
reminiscent. Yeah, other than that, you know what I mean? Yeah, we've been missing. Who you thinking?
Tracy Howard a little bit.
He was a 5-star, but you know,
yeah,
man. So I think if you got Carmani and you got Damari on both sides, and you got Devontae, you got
Darryl
Porter Jr., you got Graves, right? Graves still here?
Yeah, Graves still here.
Graves, yeah. Graves is a problem.
Who's the really fast corner that everybody was hyping him up, but he was a true freshman?
I think you're talking about Jaden Harris. Or was it Jaden Harris, Malik Curtis?
Yeah. Malik Curtis is in there. Like, we need some guys. Like, I just want to see battles, and I want to see a consistency of no drop off, right? Like, I think that's where, like, the portal conversation that we were talking about earlier and the recruiting has to stand up. Like, if Jaden Harris goes down and him and Chris Graves play, when Chris Graves comes in, I don't want to see a huge drop off. We're like, this is a huge, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, against ACC opposition, like, everybody want to be like, oh, this won't stack up against Bama. Hey, fam, we're not in that conversation. Like, let's keep it a buck here. Like, against ACC competition, I don't want to see a huge drop off from corner 1 to let's say corner 4 or 5. After that, yeah, of course, they're gonna be younger, might not have that kind of experience. You know what I'm saying? Might be a converted corner, so on and so forth. But it's gotta be consistent enough where like it's not a glaring issue like it was last year, right? Like that's why you had to see a DJ Ivy and a hurt Tyreek Stevenson. Next guys weren't ready. That's why we talked about it before we even started recording. Hell, before we even started the podcast, like it can't be such a dramatic drop off that like we still see Corey Flagg. I'm saying like we still see the same numbers out there week in and week out. There's like you can't if you have 10 missed tackles or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just throwing out numbers or missed blocks or you didn't read your assignment, you shouldn't still be out there. There's gotta be a penalty for your bad play. And we couldn't afford to do that because there was nothing behind that. So yeah.
And those corners, we need those corners. So Coach Steele can call the blitzes he wants to call. So you know he can be as aggressive as he wants to be because we have corners who can play man, who can lock up, who can you know disrupt the receivers' routes, who can run with receivers. You know we need that at corner so we can fully get all we want to get out the defense.
Yeah, I mean, everybody who listens to this show and follows this, like, all these things have to be almost tied in together, right? Like, you can't always call a blitz and leave your corners on the island. They can't cover. If one move at the line burns your corner, again, you have no corners, right? Like, there's layers to this, and yes, like if you're a smaller team, you can catch people by surprise. We're the University of Miami, man. Nobody goes like, we don't really got to show up. That's not what happens. That's why after let's keep it a buck. After 20 years of us not being relevant, they still throw up the U and try to break it. So if we haven't been relevant in that long, ain't nothing to break, right? Like according to you, we already broken. So what we talking about? Like, hey man, listen, it's. They talk so much about how we dead, but they can't wait to talk about us. You know what I mean?
We'll just have to, you know, it needs to get shown on the field. That's the only thing. Like everybody talking about we the off-season champs again, and I'm not saying anything. I can't disagree. With them. You know what I mean? Until it gets shown on the field, until the results start to happen, that's what we'll be. We'll be the off-season champs. You know what I mean? So,
fam, let me ask you a question that we didn't have planned for this. And I don't know if you can answer without like researching it, which is fine. When was the last time we came back in the game and won? Like, let's say like more than 10 points down. Like responded to adversity. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you guys, you 9 people in the chat, man, let us know what you got, because I was trying to just think about it without Googling it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like off Kane's watch. So I was like, I'm trying to think. I was like, man, I can't think of like the Cornelder return for a touchdown against, you know what I'm saying, the flea, you know what I'm saying, like all the laterals against Duke.
the Duke joint.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't think of a time that like, well, I probably has happened, but it just doesn't like pop off in my brain. When we're like, we should have lost to this team, but we came back and shocked them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, there's been fight, right? If you want to talk about, so, I mean, this year against UNC, there was fight. You know what I mean? There was fight. Last year against UNC, you know, that came down to the wire. You know, we were losing in the first half.
A tip ball.
Yeah. We came all the way back and had a chance to win that game. Pitt, we weren't.
Pitt game?
It was kind of back and forth. We were winning that game. We came out strong in that game. Yeah. And they kind of came back and we had to like shut it down. NC State was the same type of game. But I know what you're saying. You know what I mean? As far as when we get kicked in the mouth, when's the last time we've responded to that? You know,
when's the last time we've been the kicker? You know what I'm saying? Like, when's the last time? Like, hey, man, like, when's the last time we kicked like Notre Dame and Virginia Tech? Like, when's the last time? Like, nah, man, y'all don't deserve to be on the field with us. Yeah. You don't deserve, like, when, like, thinking about it, like, when's the last time we showed up on the field? Like, no, y'all don't deserve to be out here with us.
Yeah,
we about to show y'all.
And you said, you know, like you said, and everybody's saying that has to be built, right? That's not just gonna come. You got to get them type of cats, and hopefully, I'ma always say this: it starts from the top down. Hopefully, Radakovich, Coach Cristobal, the staff, Coach Mr. Highsmith, Zoe, have that, and I'm sure they do have that killer in them. You know what I mean? Because I'm the type. I'm from where we all from the same type of place. I'm trying to bury you, son. It ain't everybody we played, Florida State, Chapel Hill, anybody I'm trying to bury for all these years. We was trash. I'm trying to bury. It's not a joke. We up 52-7. You know what I mean? I'm scoring. To me, you know what I mean?
And then the ball to Mark Fletcher again.
Right. Because didn't Norvell kick a field goal late or something like that? Like, I was checked out of that game. I was at the game, but I was checked out. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened late, you know, but
Clemson,
I feel like
Clemson scored that late touchdown.
Clemson, Oh, Dabo. Oh, yes, definitely. Dabo's getting 99 points. He's getting he's getting the whole clip. There's no nah.
Oh, that's just I don't know. Like, listen, I want to cuss because how much I can't stand that guy, but I don't know if like the people who are viewing got kids in the room. So I'm trying to be, you know what I'm saying? I've said shit a couple times, but like I'm trying to like that guy he is such a fraud to me, bro. Like I don't like that guy with everything I am. Like he just you know how like certain people just get under your skin, man. It's not even like
rub you the wrong way,
like I wouldn't even care if he didn't play. Just seeing his face, like just like I don't. That guy.
Yeah,
I'm back. I'm back. We good?
Yeah, you good.
All right, man. I think we good, man. I don't think we got you got anything else, Joe?
No, man. I appreciate everybody who came through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
We'll go live a couple more times, man. Periodically here and there. We'll definitely put the warning shot up. We got the next signing day in February. So hopefully, you know, we got a corner coming to us, man, and you know, a couple of receivers, man. We got time, and this portal thing ain't gonna stop. You know what I mean?
No.
So
get ready for the second portal in February again. Like after spring practice, it's gonna be a whole nother portal. So there's always content to put out, man. Look, we ain't stopping, man. Ain't no off season for us. We're gonna have guests on to talk, chop it up, get their Kane story. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to line up some things. We'll be on other people's shows, man. We're trying to grow this thing, man. We're trying to make this thing. I'm saying this is episode 11, so we about 2 months into it, about 6 or 7 weeks into this thing. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't gonna stop, man. We're gonna drink, we're gonna talk, we're gonna chop it up, man. That's just what we do here on You Heard, man. Joe, thank you so much for the day, man. You held it down where my internet just said, hey, I'm out. So thank you to you, my brother. I'm saying I wish you the greatest of New Year's. You already know what it is,
Prosperity,
man.
2023, man. Coming up.
We out of here, guys. Thank you, guys. Peace.